Good evening or slash good morning. We've just come to the ending of day two, or no, day I lied, day three. So just getting back from Wooden Spoon with Ma, Jessica, and TC. It's a new Filipino cuisine owned by a favorite, not a favorite, but a very famous chef. So I guess he could be comparable to maybe what was his name, like Emerald, if I or if I remember correctly, but his name is like Sandy Dada. And my Jessica was actually breaking it down for us. Is that back in the 80s or the 70s, this guy's family they had a cooking show, so it was the entire family cooking on the show. But he's one of the more talented people, or one of the more talented people within the family to move on. So he's international apparently, and he has a very good place called the Wooden Spoon. So you guys will see videos and pictures of that a little later, and more pictures of people, so you guys can put faces to names or names to faces. So yeah, but yeah, that's definitely one thing that I've noticed over the past 2 days, and Ma Jessica pointed out is that we do eat a lot. So, and Ma Jessica earlier was explaining more of the Filipino culture that to like celebrate someone's arrival or basically any function um, or important function, there's always food. So we were taken out yesterday for lunch, and then we were supposed to go to dinner, but given like miscommunication, we weren't able to go out. And then, but today also went out to lunch at a Mongolian grill. Definitely was great. You know, all you can eat. So and then so yeah. So but moving on. But yeah. But I guess I can relate more. Or being Nigerian, there's a lot of functions that we have. There's food, or they find some reason to bring food into party. So yeah. But for the most part, getting down to research. And but for the past 2 days, we've been meeting faculty members and students. You know, students in the case of just like regular students around campus, but then also people within IS and the CS department. So we had a lot of people explain their projects, and actually other faculty members to explain their project. So, but it was pretty cool to see more than just an abstract in which we were sent, and to see the progress of like what students have made just within the 2 to 3 weeks that the semester has started, and just also to see how passionate they are about the research. So it's very exciting, but it's like after you guys will see the video, it's a lot, and it's very hard to pick from. Like I came with the idea of what I want to do. More than likely, I think I'll still stick with it, but I saw another project that piqued my interest also. So it's a lot to try to get done within 1 month. But you'll see the videos. The more videos and pictures will show. So breakdown of like of yesterday in a sense. So yesterday we went out with some of the second years. Gabby, Elijah, and Miguel. Yeah, it was great. So it was about, but that was our main like our tour group around campus. But then at the end of the day, it ended up being like 10 people. We went out to this endless rice place off campus, and it was delicious once again. But it kind of broke down the structure of how things work within their coursework in like the 4 years or 5 years, depending on how much you take. And it's really similar, or similar to engineering curriculum. But in the case of, but they also have these things called blocks. So for us, we have so you have an entire university. So then you have like CX. So you have engineering, then you have computer engineering, computer science, chemical engineering. So, but within our different majors. So for our department, EECPE, we have about 30 students, but we'll be breaking down into 2 blocks. So, and everyone within this block, they will follow you throughout all classes. So, but as as it gets to more of like second and third year, a lot of people start dropping classes, taking out of classes. So I don't think, but that's not more of a culture here. Well, not more of the culture here. So, but they have 1 block, so that 1 block follows you throughout your 4 years, or throughout your 1 year. You guys all have the same schedule. So, also the other thing is similar. Like once you get into the engineering department or computer science department, the classes are definitely much smaller compared to like political science um, or math, biology, and everything. So yeah, so it was pretty cool. So they told us, a broke down about that, and then they also have like a 5 years master's program here, which you can apply for your 3rd year, and you can get in, and then you have your bachelor's and your master's in computer science. So, and that's actually one thing that TC was doing. So you'll see his his pictures later on. He was one of the master's students that also talked to us about his research. Um, what else? So what else happened yesterday? So an unfortunate event when we arrived, Janetta, she didn't have clothing because they left all her luggage in Japan. So we went out to SM Marikina Mall, which was another interesting interesting trip to get there. So we took the taxi by ourselves. We're not afraid. So we took the taxi by ourselves to the mall. So it would be something about comparable to PG Plaza for all the people that stay in Maryland or all the Howard students. So like PG Plaza, they had a department store, they had money exchange, they had like a barbershop, everything. So it was pretty cool. Uh, Sizes do run a little small, so I didn't really see like any shirts or jackets. I wasn't looking up there. What else was there? So after we left there, we came back, and that was pretty much it. And that was like day 2. Day 3, the morning started. We all went out to get breakfast, and then we were also escorted by another IS student, Dom, and we received our IDs. So we're students for just valid until July 22nd, but I can take that. More videos and pictures will be up soon. So we got our IDs. We talked to more faculty members. And then what else? So we also went out to Mongolian Place so we met up with Dr. Shuika today. And we met Dr. Patterson came in yesterday morning, so we were with him all day. But Dr. Shuika is staying off campus, so he came also today. So we went met with more faculty and students. What else after that? Dr. Shuika and Dr. Patterson took us out to eat once again at the Mongolian Grill, which was very delicious. So yeah, and all you can eat, so it was great. All the rice and beef and chicken and soy sauce. And what else after that? And just wooden spoon. So it was pretty cool. We didn't finally get internet connection, but we signed out 3 computers, which allowed us to connect to the internet. So, but after, since we have our IDs, tomorrow we'll get registered, so we can maybe start blogging more. You'll see a lot more of action on the website / the blog. Yeah, so let me make sure I got everything. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So tomorrow, hopefully, I said for myself that I will, more than likely I'll go with the BCI project, but there's another assistive technology project that 3 young ladies are working on. So they're building an Android app for stroke patients. But this so also it works like with I just lost my train of thought. Okay, so it tracks the progress of stroke patients in basically their hand and finger coordination. So there'll be a series of games, or I'll just put the video up and they'll explain to it. But yeah, so that was pretty much it, everyone. So I'll be seeing you tomorrow evening or morning, whichever one you prefer. All right, signing out. Bye. About 48 hours in, I got my first question, or my first time someone asked me if I was here for basketball. So that was pretty cool, So to go by for 2 entire days and someone not ask you that, but also to for those who don't know, within like on campus and in the Philippines also, basketball is really big. So yeah, so that's why I was a little surprised that I went 2 whole days and no one asked me. So maybe I look more like an engineer than anything. So, but also so the lady, she was really cool. I think she was like the manager at the specific area. I'll take a picture, hopefully, more than likely. But I think she really had a liking for me also, in a sense. So yeah, so and the other funny part about it was so here the conversation is going, we're flowing, and she got up and then or she asked me, she was like, oh yeah, I really like to go out to DC, that's Obama's neighbor, yada yada yada, I really like to go out. She was like, oh, do can you help me? And I thought at first She was pretty serious. Yeah, it was only probably 10% a joke. The other 90% she was being serious. But yeah, so then she's like, "Oh yeah, leave your contact information. Yeah, all of this." And so yeah, so that was pretty funny. And then also the other thing. So as we are coming back to get our IDs, it was this young girl. Maybe she was probably, I think, maybe a first or second year. So, but they have, so right now they have a lot of viewings of, or I don't call them like meet and greets, but basically what we do at Howard, or within the engineering building at least, where you have your first meeting. People come, you eat pizza, you tell like what NESB is about, what IEEE is about. So the drama club, I'm not sure of the specific name, they're actually having a play next week. So yeah, so we're walking by this young lady, but she had to be no more than about 4'7", and that's and I am not joking, 4'7". So I came by, me being about 6'4", so, and then she's carrying like this barrier, and it had to be at least 10 feet, or she was pushing it, and I was like, oh my gosh, let me help you, so picked it up, carried it to the stage, and she's like, oh, thank you so much, thank you so much. So we met more students outside of IS and CS, which was very cool, and they invited us to our first or our play next week. So yeah, so it was pretty cool. She was like, oh, but it's all in she's like, it's all in Filipino and Tagalog. And I was like, oh, that'll be no problem. We'll try to, look to the person to the left or right, and when to laugh and when to cry. So yeah, so two funny stories of the day. That was all. All right, guys.